video of Mayflower's Sweet Beginnings. It's been a while since I did part 1. It is my bad, but I did have one of you say that you've been waiting, and it motivated me to make more. And actually I had more than one of you comment, so thanks for the support, everyone who watched the first part. I won't waste too much time. Let's get back into it. I think last time I was playing, Natsuki was talking about making a big decision of dropping out of school and starting her own bakery. I think that could go really well for her, so I am curious to see how this goes. And we also had a moment with Yuri, where she caught us picking up trash for money. So yeah, let's see. The rest of the weekend crawls by. Also, I have an updated mic. Natsuki booked a meeting for Monday afternoon. We made cupcakes. And we put together a preliminary plan to show the interviewer we had some idea of how to run a business. But as slow as Sunday was, today's been even worse. Waiting to hear if Natsuki was approved for the grant was agonizing. Oh yes, I remember. She was trying to get a grant so she can actually start the business. But finally, halfway through my last class, she messaged me that she got it. I wish I could be there with her, but she insisted I go to school. Rationally, I know she's right, but it still bugs me to not be there for such a huge moment. It would suck a lot to not be there for her when you want to. I get that. But even waiting for Natsuki's text isn't the most painful part of the day. No. The worst part is knowing that we have to tell the club Natsuki's leaving. After her meeting, Natsuki went straight home to get the cupcakes and run them over. She brought cupcakes for her last meeting home. That's sweet. So, here I am, waiting for my girlfriend to arrive for her last ever club meeting. Hey, Nate. Hey. Are you ready to do this? Not really. Are you? Not even close. Alright, then let's go. I can feel the atmosphere with this one. Right now, there is no background music, if you were wondering. We walk into the club room together, Natsuki carefully carrying the tray of cupcakes. These ones are special, even for Natsuki. Each one of them is decorated to represent one of the club members of the literature club, except for 5 in the very middle, decorated with a simple red heart and the words "Thank you." As we enter, Sayori gasps and springs to her feet. Cupcakes! I mean, Natsuki. Yeah, I come bearing gifts. Come and get 'em. Oh yeah, Sayori had like her own moment too. I think she was feeling a little envious. We can see one of the cupcakes in the background though. I clicked on it. I ate it, I guess. Okay, cool. Sayori, predictably, is first. A red bow. Is this one for me? All yours. Sayori hops away happily, already devouring her cupcake. Classic. Then I take it to the purple one with the flower is mine. Wait, whoops. I take it the purple one with the flower is mine. You got it. Wow, these look even better than usual. What's the occasion? Natsuki and I shift uncomfortably. We never really figured out a good way to bring this up. Yeah, about that. I wanted to wait to say this, but I guess there's not really any point. Nate and I have an announcement. The rest of the club gathers around as Natsuki sets down her plate. What is it? Natsuki takes a deep breath. Yeah, so the thing is, things have gotten kind of complicated for me, for both of us, recently. So, over the weekend, Nate and I talked, and we decided the best thing to do is for me to drop out of school. In the club, I guess. There's this grant for new business owners to help them get off the ground, and I applied for it, and they said yes. So, starting whenever we get it up and running, I'm gonna own my own bakery. I've really enjoyed being part of the literature club with all of you. Seriously, you have no idea how hard this is for me, or how much you guys mean to me. But this is gonna be our last meeting together. I really hope you can support me with this. For a moment, nobody moves. Then, Sayori runs up and locks Natsuki in a tight hug. Of course we'll support you. I'm so proud of you, Natsuki. I'll miss you so much, but I'm gonna come by and buy your cupcakes every day. Sayori, can't breathe. Sorry, I got carried away. But of course, we'll support you. Sayori's right. Of course we'll miss you. But we all want the best for you. If this is the path you feel you need to take, that you have our blessing and our support. And of course, this isn't really goodbye. Well, I'm sure starting a business will take up much of your time. I hope you'll take some portion of what's left to stay in touch with us. Portion? That kind of confused me for a second. My bad. And if you don't, well, we'll simply have to visit your bakery ourselves. Thanks, guys. I was really worried you'd be upset with me. I thought Monica was gonna yell at me or something. Monica? Monica's standing off to one side, looking anxious. Are you sure about this, Natsuki? This is a big decision. Well, it could be a little more supportive than that. It's just, education's really important, and it opens up a lot of doors for you in the future. I don't want you to regret not graduating when you had the chance. Monica. Yeah, Monica's taken the more realistic route, and I can't blame her for that. I'm sure Natsuki hasn't made this decision lightly. If this is the decision she's made, then we should support her. I'm sorry. I just don't see why she can't wait a few months until she graduates. Damn. At least that way, if things don't work out, she has a backup plan. There may be factors in play you're unaware of. No, it's fine, Yuri. She's right. If you don't go to school and get a degree, you're wasting your life. Odds are I'll fail anyway, right? Sorry I'm such a screw-up for not living out your dream, Monica. Oh, this is getting aggressive. That's not what I'm saying at all. Whatever. I've made my announcement, and you've all made your feelings pretty clear. Since I'm not actually part of the club anymore, we'll get out of your way so Monica can get you guys back on track. Enjoy the cupcakes. But wait! Natsuki. Oh wow, she really did just run out. I mean, you did get hit with the very uncomfortable, realistic sentence there. Not really sure what to do. I follow Natsuki out of the club. Natsuki doesn't acknowledge me for several steps. Eventually, she speaks. Screw her. I don't need her approval. What does she know anyway? All she's ever been is a control freak and a know-it-all. Natsuki, wait! Sayori comes running down the hall after us. Please don't leave like this, Natsuki. Monica didn't mean it like that. She just wants what's best for you. And Monica always knows what's best, right? Sorry. That wasn't fair. I'm not going back. If I can't count on her to have my back after all this time, just because I do something different from her, then who needs her? Natsuki. Sorry. Natsuki turns away, leaving Sayori standing in the hall, tears running down her face. Torn between wanting to support Natsuki and comfort Sayori, I hesitate. Eventually, though, I follow Natsuki out of the school and back home. Well, that turned really aggressive really quick. So, are you ready? Natsuki's fingers hover over the laptop as she looks to me for approval. Hey, your baby. I think I might have forgot the plot. I'm sure I'll remember. If you're ready, I'm ready. Wait, am I looking at that backlog going? Okay. Right. I think I just took that too literally. Natsuki takes a breath. Then back to the laptop. Okay, here goes nothing. Natsuki presses a button, and the computer flashes in response. After a moment, the screen shows a bright pink page covered in pictures, advertising her upcoming bakery. Oh, she made a website. Or an advertisement. There it is. There it is. Hey, I have a website. Pretty good looking website too. Look, look. This is a little description of the business. And this is where they'll go to make an order. Ah, this is so cool. Put an arm around Natsuki. It's awesome. It's been a full week since Natsuki left the literature club. In that time, she hasn't taken a single break. All her time has been taken up with research, trying to find a location, and building her website. The kitchen really isn't equipped for being used as a bakery, but Natsuki wants to get word of mouth going as quickly as possible, and that is pretty smart. Get the word of mouth going before the place even opens. To that end, she's made a website for her business that offers a limited selection of the items Natsuki is most proud of. Her hope is that, when she can finally open her dedicated bakery, she'll already have a small base of customers ready to buy from her. Natsuki refreshes the page, and refreshes it again, and again. Natsuki? Yeah? I think it's a bit too early to be expecting any orders. I know that. I just wanted to make sure everything was working. Besides, it's not like there's any harm in checking. I can't help but smile. It's nice seeing Natsuki so optimistic. Considering her background, a lot of people might have given up entirely. But here she is, starting her own business at 18. Meanwhile, I still have no idea what I'm going to do after high school. That's real. I really should think more seriously about that. What am I even good at? As I begin to ponder my options, there's a knock at the front door. I look at it. You keep ogling your website, or ogling, whichever. I'm not ogling it. Getting up, I walk over to the door and open it. Yuri stands on my front porch, politely waiting for me to open the door. Yuri! Oh hey, Yuri. What can I do for you? Good afternoon, Nate. Is Natsuki in? Yeah, come on inside. Yuri follows me inside, gently closing the door behind her. As long as she's not gently opening it. Hey, Nat. You've got company. Natsuki looks over from the laptop and smiles. Yuri. Hello, Natsuki. It's good to see you again. What are you doing here? You're not usually the type to drop by unannounced. You're right. I should have called first. You're probably incredibly busy. I'll just come by some other time. Ha! Well, it's good to know that you haven't changed at least. Nah, it's fine. I just wrapped something up anyway. I probably deserve a break. Oh, well. In that case... just came by to visit for a while. We haven't spoken since. Well... you know... Natsuki shifts awkwardly. Yeah. I guess we haven't really hung out for a while even before that, huh? Sorry about that. Yuri shakes her head. It's perfectly normal. People often withdraw early in relationships. After all, one only has so much time to socialize with others. When a new social obligation appears, such as a budding relationship, time spent on it must naturally come from elsewhere. And I also understand that this is a particularly complicated situation. Yuri clearly feels unsure exactly how to refer to our arrangement. I can't really blame her. Certainly not how I expected my senior year to go. Yeah, it's kind of hard to keep things from changing when you uproot your whole life. Yuri nods sympathetically. Speaking of which, how are things going here? Are you doing already? There's a brief pause before Natsuki answers. Yeah, things are good. I'm getting a lot better, actually. It's amazing what just a few months in a new environment can do for you. And Nate? Things are okay with him? I suddenly feel awkward, like I shouldn't be here. As you should, Nate. Maybe I should excuse myself. Yeah, he's fine. Better than fine, actually. I'm really happy he's here. Natsuki looks straight at me as she answers. I can't help but smile, hearing her say that. Then she turns back to Yuri. It's just... I wish things could have gone differently. My dad, I mean... I wish things didn't have to end like that. Sneaking out, not even saying goodbye. So... that's it? He's out of your life forever? It looks that way. I'm sorry. I know that must have been difficult. Actually, it wasn't. I think that's the worst part of it all. After all we've been through, what happened with Mom, all the good times we had before everything went wrong. Natsuki takes a breath, steadying herself. I really thought I loved him. In spite of everything, I thought I still saw him as Papa. But I don't. I don't feel anything. I guess I gave up on him a long time ago without even realizing it. For a moment, nobody speaks. And Natsuki straightens. Sorry. Got kinda dark there, huh? Seriously, things are great here. That's all over. There's no point in looking back, right? Well, if that's how you feel, I won't argue with you. I'm just glad to hear you're doing well. Oh, I almost forgot. Check this out, Yuri. Natsuki hops up, grabbing her laptop. Then she dashes over to Yuri, turning the screen to face her. I've got a website now. Sweet Beginnings is officially open for business. Okay, so she named her place Sweet Beginnings. It makes a lot of sense with the title of this mod now. With a slightly limited menu, of course. This is beautiful, Natsuki. Did you design it all by yourself? Pretty much. I just used one of those create a website things. It's not like I coded it from scratch or anything. Come on, let me show you around. Natsuki sits Yuri down on the couch and starts going through her website. Figuring they'd want some time to do whatever they usually do, I choose to go for a walk. I love the little environments they drew. After wandering aimlessly for a while, I find myself back at the park where I met Yuri. I haven't been here for a long time. Well, not for fun at least. It brings back a lot of memories. Sorry, my voice is like kind of giving out on me a little bit. Sayori and I used to come here all the time to play when the weather was nice. Or rather, I'd come here and she'd follow along. I sigh, frustrated. Even after all this time, I don't really get Sayori. After she told me about her condition, I tried doing some research on depression. But the information I found wasn't really clear, and a lot of it was contradictory. That's the thing about depression. You don't really know what it stems from most of the time, or what it causes. Because depression is more of a slow burn, unfortunately. In the end, I was left with more questions than answers. For example, did Sayori actually like coming here all those years ago? Or did she come along because that's what she thought I wanted? From the few conversations we've had about things like this, I don't even think Sayori herself knows. Out of habit, I pick up a plastic bottle at the side of the path. Not fair. Sayori's a good person. It's not right that she has to deal with this. And so is Natsuki. Why do they have to have such hard lives, while I practically have everything handed to me on a platter? It's not like my family's rich or anything, but we could at least keep food on the table. And if I've been sad sometimes, it doesn't seem anything like what Sayori has to go through. Meanwhile, I just coast through my life, barely paying any attention to anything but manga and anime. I'm sure a lot of us relate to some of this. More frustrated than ever, I crumple up the bottle and toss it in the garbage. As I turn back to the path, I see Sayori sitting on a bench ahead of me. Just staring into the distance again, apparently oblivious to my presence. I head over and sit next to her. I skipped that word for some reason. Sit down next to her. Oh, hey, Nate. I didn't see you coming. Spaced out again, huh? I guess a little. Oh. What brings you here? I don't usually see you here. Natsuki and Yuri are over. I figured I'd make myself scarce so they can have their girl time or whatever. Oh, that's good. I'm glad they're still friends. Well, of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? Sayori's eyes flickered to the ground. Well, with the way Natsuki left the club and everything... that's what's bothering you. I never said anything was bothering me. Didn't have to. Come on, Sayori. I might not be the most observant guy in the world, but I'm trying. I like to think I've learned one or two things in the past few months. You don't have to, you know. Sayori's voice is a little more than a whisper. I know. I can go on being the same dense guy I've always been, if I wanted. But that's not what I want. When Sayori doesn't respond, I try a little harder. Come on, talk to me. Whatever it is, I want to hear about it. Oh, she looks a little upset. Finally, Sayori turns back towards me. It's Monica. She's taking it really hard. Natsuki leaving and everything. I nod. That much I already knew. Monica's barely said a word in our club meetings since. She just sits at the front desk with her head in her hands, not acknowledging us at all. Have you tried talking to her? Yeah. She won't even answer my texts. I don't know what to do, Nate. I'm worried about her. And I'm worried about what'll happen to the club if something doesn't change. Instinctively, I move to give Sayori a hug. Just before actually reaching out for her, though, I stop myself. It'll be okay. Whatever happens, we'll all still be friends. I promise. Me and you, Yuri and Natsuki, even Monica. I know we all care about each other. And we can't drift apart unless we all let it happen, right? I guess not. And as for Monica, she probably just needs a little more time. Keep doing your best, Sayori. I'm sure you'll get through to her. Sayori smiles faintly. Thanks, Nate. You're a really good friend. I'm glad I have you around. Me too. Just as I'm about to get up and say goodbye, a thought crosses my mind. Oh, before I go. When I first sat down, you said something about not usually seeing me around here that often. Do you usually visit the park a lot? Uh-huh. I like coming here to relax. It just feels nice. I can relate to that. Parks are so comforting. Sorry, I don't really know how else to explain it. I smile at Sayori's explanation. That's alright. I was just curious anyway. See you tomorrow, okay? Bye. As I enter my front door, I'm greeted by an ear-shattering screech. What? This game sucks! I turn to find Natsuki and Yuri sitting on the couch, with a wooden board between them. Yuri is collecting a handful of white beads from the board and placing them to one side. No, they're playing Go. It's like some Asian board game. I don't remember. I think you have to corner the enemy. Go is one of the most popular games in the world and has been played continuously for millennia. It has seen the rise and fall of countless other games, and will doubtless survive for centuries more. You shouldn't be such a poor loser, Natsuki. You're calling me a poor loser? I'm not the one who only brings over games she knows she can win. Besides, do I mention what happened last time we played Mario Party? Mario Party mentioned? Do not bring that up again. I don't know how you rigged that game, but when I find out... See, the moment we find a game I'm skilled at, you lose your mind. Landing on an arbitrary star space isn't a skill. Oh yeah? Then why doesn't it ever happen to you? Because the game... Oh! Yuri abruptly turns her attention to me. What do you do with her, Nate? I shrug. Well, for starters, I don't ever play Mario Party with her. Makes things a lot easier. You're clearly wiser than I am. Finally, Natsuki faces me as well. I missed you too, by the way. You know I missed you. What, I have to say it every time? Pretty much, yeah. Anyway, what are we doing for dinner? Pulling out my phone, I check the time. Huh. Yeah, I guess it's about time we make a decision. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of worn out. How's pizza sound? Sounds great to me. You sticking around, Yuri? I shouldn't. I've overstayed my welcome as it is. Come on, stay for dinner. You might as well. You're paying for it after all. I suppose that is technically true. I'll let you pick the movie. Well... Yuri smiles and nods. Alright. I know just what to choose to. This is gonna be some crazy horror movie. They're cooked. Or is it not? I'm pleasantly surprised by Yuri's choice of movie. It's not that I thought she'd pick a bad movie, per se. But I was definitely expecting something pretty dark. Or, at the very least, some inscrutable foreign film with subtitles or something. That is one intricate niche taste he's thinking of. Let me know if one of you like that type of film. Kind of interested. Instead, she chose a very sweet romance movie. That is extremely out of character, but you know what? That's fine. Granted, it isn't as shallow as your typical rom-com. Actually, it's not out of character, is it? I think she jumps for romance. But it's definitely not what I expected from Yuri. Although, we are only 20 minutes in. I guess there's still plenty of time for her to take a turn I'm not expecting. When the pizza arrives, I pay for it and bring it in. Alright, dig in. Natsuki sits beside me on the couch, leaning against my shoulder as she eats her pizza. It's cute. Meanwhile, Yuri kneels on the floor in the middle of the room. You know, I don't often get to enjoy pizza. Usually, my family has healthier meals. Both of my parents are very good cooks, actually, so I don't mind. But it does feel nice to cheat once in a while. Yeah, you're a real rebel, Yuri. We'd better watch out, or you'll be a bad influence on us. Actually, you were the ones who tempted me into having pizza. So if anything, you're a bad influence on me. She took that and turned it around real quick. Yeah, that definitely sounds better. I don't know. Didn't she say something about Yuri bringing wine to the club one day? He brought wine? That's kind of insane. I think that outranks pizza in the Teenage Rebellion department. Natsuki frowns to herself. Oh yeah, you're right. Monica made her put it away before anyone tried any. So she didn't really do any influencing. But isn't it the thought that counts? As for gifts, dummy. But the wine was a sort of gift. I brought it for everyone to enjoy. I didn't ask for any payment. How did she get wine into the school? That makes it a gift. Natsuki rolls her eyes dramatically. Okay, fine. You get half points for the wine. I think half points for wine still outweighs full points for pizza. Alright, you know what? We're settling this. Natsuki reaches for the remote and pauses the movie. Then she grabs a napkin and a pen and draws a chart with 4 columns. Okay, so Yuri wanted us to drink wine. Let's say that's 10 points. She brought it into school, though. Isn't that, like, extra bad? Fine, plus 2 points for bringing it into school. But it's minus 5 points for nobody actually drinking any. I'm confused. How are we measuring these points? I shrug. Just your standard acting out points, I guess. Drinking is 10, I guess. So we'll scale everything from there. Okay. Then it's settled. Officially the worst influence because of the pizza, cupcakes, and dropping out of school. Yuri, you would be first between the knives and the wine, but you haven't actually influenced anyone. Plus, you're always getting everyone to read these huge books and complicated poems. So, you lost points there. Yuri nods solemnly. If you hear anything in the background, that's my chair, by the way. That's fair. Third is Sayori. Just because she always sleeps in and makes us late for school whenever we have a sleepover. And obviously, Monika's in last place, because she's physically incapable of acting out. But of course, the real worst influence in the club is Nate. Really? I'm the worst? What? How do you figure that? Isn't it obvious? You talked Natsuki into running away from home and moving in with her boyfriend. That wasn't a bad influence. I was just trying to keep her safe. Not like there was anywhere else for her to go. Sorry, no dice. Moving in with some loser before you're even out of high school blows everything else out of the water. Oh, she hit us with the loser card? And since you were the one who talked me into it, you're officially the worst influence in the club. This doesn't seem fair. Numbers don't lie. You're just lucky I have a thing for bad boys. Okay. Natsuki cuddles up to me again, and I put an arm around her. Well, I guess in that case... Are we ready to finish the movie? Yep. Just had to check something real quick. Alright. When the movie's over, Yuri stretches and gets up. Well, this has been a lovely visit, but I think it's time I headed home. Thank you both for having me over. Thanks for dropping by. I've been working so hard lately. I really needed to unwind. Feel free to come over again anytime. A good movie, by the way. It had me completely fooled. Sure enough, the movie did have a twist, but it didn't happen how or when I expected. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Have a nice night, you two. Bye, Yuri. Bye, Yuri. Have a have a safe walk home. Thank you, Nate. Good night. The next day, the literature club is still filled with a tense silence. Okay, so we got some drama happening in the club. Everyone else is there when I enter, but nobody's talking. They aren't even looking at one another. Sayori and I share a glance when I walk in. I want to say something to reassure her, but you can hear a pin drop in this silence. Everyone else would hear what I said, and that would just make it more uncomfortable. In the end, I give her what I hope is a reassuring smile and sit down. Sayori returns the smile, then gets up. She walks over to Monika, who doesn't acknowledge her in any way. Hey, Monika? For a moment, it seems like Monika isn't going to answer. After a few seconds, though, she turns her head to face Sayori. Yes? It's been a week since we were supposed to show everyone that project. Don't you think it's about time we did that? Project? Oh, right. That. Yeah, you can go ahead if you want. Well, it was kind of your idea. Shouldn't you be the one to, announce it? No, I don't think that's a good idea. Actually, it's probably best if you take over for a while. That's not true. We need you, Monika. I know you're really sad about Natsuki leaving. We all are. But that doesn't mean we should all just give up. This club, it's important. It's important to all of us. And it's important to Natsuki, too. So please, don't go giving up on it. Monica sighs wearily. I'm not giving up on it, Sayori. I'm not so sure I'm the best choice for president anymore. The way things went with Natsuki, that was her big goodbye. Our last day together. And I ruined it. Now she probably hates me. She doesn't hate you. I think she's scared. This is a really big risk she's taking, you know? That was my whole point. She didn't have to do something so drastic. She could have just waited. Sorry, Sayori. Now I'm yelling at you. This is why it's better if you take over. After all, you're like a million times better than me. Sayori moves over to Monica and hugs her. That's adorable. Sayori, you don't have to. Yes, I do. After all the times you've been there for me, I can share a little hug energy when you need it. Monica closes her eyes and leans closer to Sayori. I just feel so awful. He speaks. Monica begins to choke up. I suddenly feel incredibly uncomfortable, realizing, why did I say it like that? Realizing this is the first time I've seen Monica cry. But neither she nor Sayori seem to have any awareness of me and Yuri. I feel like this is all my fault. Like I ruined everything. I'm like I let my friend down when she needed me the most. But that's not what happened. None of us think that. But, Monica, none of us blame you for what happened. And even if we did, I want to change how we see you. That was a bad day for all of us. But it's in the past now. And we really need our president back. Monica quietly sobs for a few seconds. Eventually, she takes a deep breath, then steps away from Sayori and begins to wipe her eyes. This really sucks. Do you actually feel like this every day? What a crazy thing to say. I don't know how you're feeling right now, but probably. Like I said, some days are worse than others. How do you do it? Sayori smiles warmly at Monica. It helps to have good friends. You feel any better now? Actually, I think I do. I told you, hug energy is like magic. I guess it kind of is. Monica finally turns to address me and Yuri. Okay, everyone. I'm sorry you had to see all that. In fact, I'm sorry for a lot of things. I know I haven't been the best club president this past week. I really should have tried harder for all your sakes. But that's all over now. The Literature Club is officially back open for business. Yay! Your apology is appreciated, but not necessary. As formal as ever, Yuri. I'm sure we can all sympathize with your situation, Monica. Yeah, it's just good to have you back. You'll always be our president. Thanks, everyone. And I promise, we'll get the new chapter of our club going in no time. You want me to show everyone our project now? Actually, not just yet. I'd like to put that on the back burner for just a couple more days. I've got something else I'd like to do first. Another secret project? How come you didn't tell me about it? Because I just came up with it now. but I promise you'll all like it. At least, I really hope you will. So my goal for this episode is gonna be an hour, but I might go a little past it. Kinda make up a little bit. At least, I really hope you will. I'm sure it will be wonderful, Monica. I, for one, can't wait to see what these two surprises are. You could find out on Wednesday. Putting them on a cliffhanger, I see. Sayori, can you have everything ready by then? Sayori snaps an enthusiastic salute. I won't let you down, Miss President. Alright then. In this case, I think this has been a successful, if short, meeting. Club dismissed. On our walk home, Sayori is fairly skipping down the street. In contrast, my mind is preoccupied by the events of the day. I shuffle along slowly until eventually Sayori stops in front of me. Hey Nate, are you alright? You seem quiet. I wasn't looking forward to this question, but I knew it was coming. Sayori's always been able to read me like a book. I was just thinking about our meeting today. And some of the stuff Monica said. Oh. Sayori's smile falters for a moment. Then it returns, not quite as lively as before. What stuff? Well, after you gave her that hug and helped cheer her up. Then she asked if that's how you felt every day. I swallow anxiously, not really sure I want the answer. I can't bring myself, little typo, I forgive, to let it go. Is it? Like, every single day? When I came out to your house that day? You said something about the only time you didn't feel nothing was when you felt pain. Did you really mean that? I was kind of afraid you'd ask me this. But, yes, every day. Like I told Monica, some days are worse than others, but it's always there. It doesn't ever stop. Even on a good day, the rain clouds are never far away. And as for that other thing, about not feeling anything but pain, that's complicated. I did mean it at the time, but it's not completely true. If anyone feels like Sayori, everything does get better at some point, no matter what age you are. Just know that. Some days, it feels that way though. Sometimes I'll go for days without feeling anything but hurt. Sometimes weeks. But that was a really bad day for me, Nate. I actually haven't felt that bad since then. Most days I can still feel something, but Sayori pauses, searching for the right words. When she finds them, she turns back to me. Most days, it's kind of like spraying air freshener over a bad smell. The bad smell doesn't actually go away. You just cover it up with something else. That is accurate to some extent. Even the good smell isn't actually that good. It's just better than what's underneath. Then, eventually, the air freshener wears off. And you're left back where you started. That's what it's like when I'm with my friends. I love them, and they make me really happy. But most of the time, the happiness is only skin deep. If I let myself, I can still feel my heart ache, even when I'm laughing with them. And then, the moment they're gone, Sayori's voice trails off. But I have good days too. Sometimes I could be really happy. Like today. I'm really happy Monica's finally back to her normal self. That's good. I find it hard to be too enthusiastic. I really am glad Sayori's feeling okay today, but I hate how rare it is. I hate that she can't even be happy with her best friends most of the time. It makes me sick just thinking about it. And when she first told me about her depression, I promised myself I'd do whatever it takes to help her. And months later, I haven't been able to do a single thing to make her better. I tried being supportive as a friend, but with my relationship with Natsuki and Sayori's feelings towards me, that's been really hard. And I'm only just starting to understand the way Sayori really feels. Hey, it's okay, Nate. You don't have to worry about me. I'll be okay. I mentally berate myself for my reaction. Sayori hates it when I get upset over her. All I'm doing is making her condition worse. Pull yourself together, Nate. Actually, I think I'm getting a bit better. Maybe. Feels like the bad days are a little less common. And the good days happen just a little bit more. Good. It really is good. I'm relieved by Sayori's optimism, small as it may be. I've learned that Sayori is willing to hide things from me, downplay her feelings, or avoid questions. But she always stops short of lying to my face. If she says she thinks she's getting better, and by the tiniest amount, that's a huge weight off my shoulders. Still though, there is one thing I could try that might help. Sayori. I know we've talked about this before, and you weren't comfortable with it, but I really think you should talk to a psychiatrist or something. Nate, just hear me out, alright? Look, ever since you told me about these feelings, I've been trying my best to understand. I spent hours online researching depression, what it feels like, ways to help. The biggest thing that comes up is getting professional help. I really care about you, Sayori. I want you to be happy. I really think this could help. I knew you aren't sure about this, but could you at least give it a try? For me, if nothing else? Sayori doesn't move or say anything for what feels like an hour. Eventually, though, she speaks up. You really make things difficult for me sometimes. You know that? That's my job. Is that a yes? I'll think about it. I guess that's all I can ask for. Hey, why don't I come over for a few hours and hang out? We could finish that game tonight. Natsuki's out until this evening, so she won't miss me. And I don't really want to leave Sayori like this. Sorry, I can't. I gotta wrap things up for Wednesday. And apparently, I have a big decision to make. Alright. I stand there awkwardly for a moment, not really sure what to do. Well, good night then. Good night. I wonder if she'll commit to it. Or, well, not commit, she never really made a commitment. But I wonder if she'll actually go to a psychiatrist. I spend the next few hours at home, mostly watching anime. Fair enough, something I would do. It's not as engaging as it used to be, though. I've got this constant nagging feeling that there's something else I should be doing. Of course, I know what that is, but I'm really not up to it right now. Deciding what to do after school. I've got too much on my plate right now to worry about that. Still, I've got too much restless energy to sit on the couch and watch anime all night. I shoot Natsuki a text, asking when she'll be home. A couple minutes later, she lets me know it'll probably be about an hour. With that news, I head over to the kitchen. We getting a snack? No, we're getting some homemade dinner. With all the work Natsuki's been putting in, she'd probably appreciate a nice homemade dinner when she gets home. Unfortunately, since I'll be the one cooking it, she'll have to settle for a mediocre homemade dinner. Well, I guess it's not actually that bad. I've been learning how to cook for a few months now, and I've definitely improved. As long as I stick to something simple, it should turn out alright. After taking stock of the ingredients we still have, and consulting the internet, I decide on a simple chicken dinner. It's nothing fancy, but it'll work with the spices I have on hand. When I'm about 10 minutes from being done, I hear the sound of the front door opening. Hey, I'm home. Welcome home. How was it? You think it'll work out? Natsuki's been out all day looking at a possible location for her bakery. She checked out a handful already, but none of them met her standards. Well, except for one, but it was way outside of her budget. It was amazing! Huge windows with tons of natural light, plenty of room for tables, and a fully furnished kitchen. That works! And it's within our price range, too. Natsuki stops and sniffs the air for a second. What's cooking? Dinner. It'll be ready in a few minutes. We're having chicken. Smells great. Thanks, Nate. I wave absently. It's nothing too special. Tell me more about this place, though. Where is it? Actually, I was hoping you could come take a look at it with me in a couple days. Oh, I thought you already saw it? Isn't that why you were out all day? Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I just wanted your thoughts. I mean, we're kind of in this together, right? You should have a say. I can't imagine what I could possibly contribute to this decision. I don't know anything about business or construction, and everything I know about baking I learned from Natsuki. Still though, for some reason it seems important to her that I'm there. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. How about after school tomorrow? Yeah, that sounds good. Just then, there's a sharp ding from the oven. Ah, sounds like dinner's ready. You want to set the table while I pull everything out? Yeah, okay. Natsuki and I sit across from one another, ready to eat. She seems to be hesitating, her hand gently trembling as she goes to take a bite. Hey, what's wrong? Nothing's wrong. It's just coming home to a home-cooked meal, talking about my day, like we're a normal family. It's bringing up a lot of old stuff. Ugh, this is stupid. I should be over all of that. Why am I getting all choked up over some food? I'm sorry, I didn't realize. We can go out again, if that makes it easier. No! Damn. It's nice. I like it. It's just... it's complicated. Natsuki steadies herself, then takes a bite. You're starting to get pretty good at this, you know. I think I could get used to this. Being with you. Not really sure what to say, and not wanting to spoil the mood. I just nod. You just nodded? That's crazy. We eat the rest of the meal in silence. Natsuki keeps glancing up to me as she eats, then turning back to her plate. When we're done, we wordlessly move to the living room and sit on the couch. Natsuki seems deep in thought. I desperately want to know what's going on in her head, but I don't want to press her. Finally, she turns to me. Nate, am I making a mistake? Oof, that hits kind of hard. Oh man. What if Monica's right? If this doesn't work out, I won't have anything. No money, no job, no diploma. I'm scared, Nate. I'm really, really scared. I know you are. Look, I'm scared too. I've been terrified for months now. I don't think I've had a single really calm day since you told me about, you know. But I don't think this is a mistake. You know, Monica's smart and all, but she doesn't know everything. You're a great baker. Once people try your stuff, they'll come knocking down your door to get more. You'll have to fight them off with a baguette or something. Lexi sniffs in what might have been a laugh. Baguette would be a terrible weapon. I'd use a rolling pin. Right, you'll fight them off with a rolling pin. But look, whatever happens, if it turns out this whole city is just filled with idiots who don't know something who don't know when something amazing comes along, even if this doesn't work out, you won't have nothing. I won't leave you, no matter what. Even if that means I have to work 2 jobs while you go back to school or whatever. That's what I'll do. I love you, Natsuki. I'll do whatever it takes to be with you. I love you too, Nate. And somehow, that's the scariest thing of all. But if that's true, if you really won't leave, then that's all I need. I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. That's sweet. Ooh. What's up with this audio? Natsuki presses her face into my chest, getting my shirt wet with her tears. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh my lord. Her words blend together past the point of comprehension. The words mix with sobs to form something that's barely recognizable as speech. I wrap my arms around her, instinctively trying to shelter her from the invisible assailant. After a few moments, the words stop entirely. Natsuki shifts upwards and presses her lips against mine in a desperate kiss. Bam. I taste the salt of her tears on her lips, or something sweet and enticing beneath. Her sobbing, or possibly panting now, feels hot on my face. Lord, as I lay there holding her, a thought jumps unbidden to my mind. Deep down, I know that, right now, Natsuki would do anything I ask. Oh, jeez. It seems like desire has entered the room. Some primal part of me is aroused by that, but an equally large part is terrified. Like this, Nate. Not like this. I still have the willpower to get out of this, but it's fading fast. Practically, I push Natsuki away from me and roll off the couch. Damn, you pushed her away. I hope that doesn't go bad. My shoulder aches from hitting the floor, but I get up anyway. Nate? Natsuki looks hurt. I want to explain, but I know that I'm very close to changing my mind. I'll see you in the morning, Natsuki. Bye. Sprinting upstairs, I dash into my room and slam the door behind me. Yo, that's horrible. She's not gonna take that well. And unfortunately, we are all being put on to a cliffhanger. I know how upsetting that might be, but I think it'll make a good anticipation for the next episode. And as long as you're willing to wait with me, we'll all have a good time. I appreciate every single one of you liking and watching my videos, commenting. Keep it up, and I'll keep this rolling. I'll keep dropping videos. I know it took me a while for this one, but if this one does well, I will drop another one soon. Much sooner than this one. Thank you all for watching and reading with me and listening to me. And have a great rest of your day or night. I'll see you all in the next part. Goodbye.